You hear why my voice is gone. I had to go to the bathroom and quote unquote freshen up. Because, yeah, it was crazy. Not the game we expected. I thought that Nashville was going to sit back, very defensive, wait for a kicker, build up, push, and basically counterattack. And that's not how it played out. Nashville was very on the offense. They were pushing up on the road. They were letting Miami play the fact that you got to try to take away possession. So it's really a strong so after that happened, obviously the second half, very aggressively we've got the fans here that are crazy. They're partying, having fun. But yeah, it was just a tough game. Nashville showed a lot of heart, but ultimately Messi showed his magic, and Drake Callender coming in clutch at the end. Just a tough game, and I think that those tough games are the ones that you value the most and are the most special because they're earned. They're not given.
Yeah. I feel you. And sorry, guys, I'm just reading your comments. Let me know if you can listen to us right now, because with all the beer going around and everything, we lost a little bit of our setup here for the post-game show. We might bring Ashley back if necessary so she can say again what she said about how she felt. So let's do it again. Ashley, okay. They just won the championship. How do you feel about it? It's been an exciting, of course, championship and the way they turned it around. But how do you feel about Inter Miami winning their first championship in franchise history? Let's talk about it again.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, guys, this is live. I apologize for the audio. Sometimes it happens. You can see the environment's great. I'm so proud of this team, of this community, of everything that they're building. It's been a really tough ride, but we're champion. Hopefully, this is just the start of something really, really awesome.
Yeah, no, for sure. And you were asking me before, how did I feel about it? And I said that I had a lot of doubts about how this team was going to be built together, how they were going to play together, especially having players like Messi, Busquets, and Alba that were coming off summer vacation, and they were not playing. They were not at their usual level. And I had those questions, not only with them, but with Gomez and with all the players that are coming in, how they were going to do to try to be at their best level and turn it around. They were coming off a lot of bad results, 3 ties before Messi arrived, more losses before Messi arrived here, Messi, Busquets, and Messi and Co, Messi, Busquets, and Alba and company. And if you see the standings, Inter Miami was, or still is, the worst team in the standings with the worst record, the worst amount of points, the less amount of points in the Eastern Conference Finals. So in the Eastern Conference, I'm sorry. So it's really interesting, and really you have to admire what they did here to really turn it around, to really change the culture of the team and turn this team, and for the first time to win a title, and turn this team into a winning culture team. And let's see if they can continue doing so, because it's just starting. It's been only a month, and Inter Miami is already celebrating their first title as a franchise. So that's really exciting. I also asked you about Leo Messi's actual game and his performance during the game. We're seeing right now they're getting ready to celebrate. They're getting ready to lift the trophy. But before we talk about what's going on, let's talk about again Messi's performance, because this is Messi and Co. So how did you feel about Messi's performance, his goal? How did you feel about it, and the excitement that you felt after he scored his penalty and after Inter Miami won in penalty kicks?
I think he has the heart of a champion. I think they're about to lift the trophy. They have a heart of a champion. Lionel Messi has the heart of a champion. He puts in effort, and when he needs to have those big moments, he does. He continues to. I'm really proud of this team. I think everyone stepped up. It was a hard-fought battle. You're playing a great team in a final. It shouldn't be easy, but we're here and we're celebrating. And Miami's about to lift their first trophy.
Yeah, I think incredible for Messi. You can see Messi just like pacing back and forth as those penalties are going through. He was just waiting. And I mean, when Ulloa missed it, you can see the deception in Messi's face, but the entire time he was just waiting. And what a beautiful moment for Inter Miami as a club. What a beautiful moment for Messi. What a way to impact the game. I don't think we've ever seen a player impact a team so much. And in his short history, 4 years as a team, we got our first cup, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
Vamos! I think we deserve to watch them lift this trophy.
All right, so Ashley and Gianna are going to go watch as they lift the trophy. We're going to continue here. So if you guys have your comments, we're going to start reading them. And I don't know if you have something to say about what's going on. Record it so we can post it. So we're going to record the moment they lift the trophy. I have a ton of videos. I didn't think it was going to be that long, but it was 22 penalty kicks. And I have the video of the reaction of all of them with Gian and Ashley and everybody that was here at the Tank Brewery. Yeah. Ashley started sitting down, and then as the momentum was building up, she was coming up. And here you can hear the fans going on and celebrating as Inter Miami gets their first trophy, their first championship. We have Austin Robillard at the stadium. We're going to have content, of course, with him in another episode tomorrow, going through what went on today at Nashville. Great game. I was saying before, I don't know if you guys could catch it. Nashville also played a great tournament, a great game as well. They had their chances too. Their goal was not beautiful, but they did have chances before and after that. And you have to give credit to them because they also deserve. Either team, whoever would have won it, I think it would have been a fair champion. And they both played their hearts out, and it was a great game to watch. And it was a fun tournament. And maybe you can give me an overall thought on the Leagues Cup, right? Because it was the first time that we saw it. Mexican teams, American teams playing each other. And how did you feel about the Leagues Cup?
Yeah, I think obviously the tournament, it has some things to work on for next year. Probably more neutral territories for Liga MX to do. But overall, I think it was a success. I think you got a lot of eyeballs on it. You had a lot of good competitive games. And a champion was crowned.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think the timing is also, it's kind of complicated with all the traveling, maybe just finding, I don't know, like they do with the basketball tournaments when they just play like certain areas play in just one stadium, and then that way it's a little bit easier to have everybody. John, how do you feel about the Leagues Cup? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? What do you think they can do better next time?
I think overall the Leagues Cup was a success. I know that Mexican teams, the Mexican side, has some gripes about the kind of like how the tournament was set up, the fact that they had a lot of travel in between games. Maybe it wasn't, they didn't have home field advantage like the MLS side did. But at the end of the day, I think the Mexican Federation and the leadership was presented with a plan, and they decided that was a plan that was good for them, lucrative from them as well, from a financial standpoint, also from an exposure standpoint. So I'll take what I guess their complaints with a grain of salt. But I think overall, I think it was a great tournament. And, one of the discussions I think that has been happening for a long time is that the MX League has been above, a tier above the MLS, right? And as we see, no Mexican League team made it to the final. So I wouldn't say that necessarily the gap is closed. That's something that's open to interpretation. Everybody might have their opinions, but I think that definitely the gap has been minimized, right? The MLS teams have shown that they have the will to win. They have the players to win. And I think this is ultimately a great win, more so for MLS, just showing, hey, we're on the map. We're here to compete. And this is going to attract a lot of players now to the MLS. Obviously, we have Messi, Alba and Busquets with Inter, but there are a lot of players that are maybe looking for somewhere to call home. And they can see now that MLS is here to stay.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Ashley, I want to hear your opinion about it. Do you think the gap is closing between MLS and Liga MX? Or it was just the moment this happened, the team playing more in the United States? Because the reality is MLS teams have not been able to win the CONCACAF Champions, right? So that's where you see like the best teams of each one of the countries. And we'll see what happens now in the next edition. Inter Miami is going to be there. Monterrey was the best Mexican team, and they were complaining about injuries, about having to travel a lot. If they would have won, they would have to travel again to Miami and to play the final and win here as they're about to lift the trophy. But before they do, What do you feel, Ashley? Is the gap closed, or we still have to see a little bit more and maybe wait to see if maybe an MLS team can win the Conca Champions?
Yeah, I think the gap is closing. I think it'll take some time, but with Messi and with all other sources of revenue coming into MLS, you're going to start to see better infrastructure, stronger players coming, and I think it's going to continue to be more and more competitive, and it's a really exciting time.
Yeah, me too. Now, Lionel Messi, as they're about to lift the trophy, we're waiting. Yedlin's about to step up, and Messi's going to be the last one receiving his medal. Lionel Messi scored 10 goals in a month, 10 goals, and he let Jose Martinez kick a couple of penalty kicks. So it could have been 12 goals in a month in an incredible moment for soccer in the United States. How do you think this is going to impact Messi's legacy in the long run? Because everybody thought, all right, he won the World Cup. He wanted to get out of Paris. Now he's going to come to Miami just to relax, enjoy, live life in a different way. And the reality is he came, he performed, and he had a great impact on what went on, as people are getting excited because Messi's about to lift the trophy. But how do you feel about Messi's legacy after what he just did? 10 goals and the amount of assists and the leadership, right, to take this team to win a trophy.
Amazing. I think it's hard to hurt his legacy at this point in his career. Everything just adds to it, shows he's a serial winner, and that he's going to keep taking teams to glory.
Yeah. What do you feel, Gian?
I think that, there was a lot of talk about Messi finally taking off the backpack of the heavy weight that was the World Cup after so many attempts and falling short. So once that happened, everybody thought this was just a retirement league. They thought he was coming here, and Messi just gets.
They're gonna go see it. Messi just lifted the trophy, the first League Cup. You can see Campana with the Ecuador flag. You can see also Ruiz from Honduras. He had a great penalty kick as well. Joseph Martinez from Venezuela. We have a lot of Latin players there, as Jana and Nashville are celebrating. You guys can go ahead and watch. I'm gonna
Postgame coming tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna have Austin. We're gonna have Austin too, from who's at Nashville right now, and who couldn't join us because he's probably celebrating over there. We haven't heard from Austin, so he's probably happy over there. He hasn't said anything, and we're gonna have an episode with him, of course, tomorrow. A little bit more going abroad, and he had the experience to be there, so that's gonna be very interesting because there were a lot of Inter Miami fans, but of course they were playing away anyway. So that was a great moment in MLS history, in North American history, I would say. And that's just the beginning because, like I said, this has just been a month and Messi's impact can be felt already. Inter Miami won this championship. They're going to the Conca Champions. And now everybody feels like, you know what? They can make the playoffs. How do you feel? Do you think Inter Miami can make the playoffs right now?
Hey, look, after what we've seen, look, hey. La fiesta es afuera. Vamos. Siempre el Vice City, siempre. Vamos, Vice City. Yeah, we got the Vice City supporters here, happy, celebrating the team and having a blast. They're partying. Hey. Vice City supporters, yeah, they're happy, celebrating. Vamos, Messi. But yeah, hey, so this is just the beginning. The Treble dream is still alive, right? So we got the U.S. Open Cup still around. Look, we got kisses from the fans. They're happy. They think I'm Messi kissing me, but I'm not. But yeah, the Treble dream is alive. We got the U.S. Open Cup still, the final coming up. We got 12 games left in the season. We've got to win around 9 or 10 to keep the hope alive mathematically. We're still in it. Yeah, so supporters. Hey, it's crazy over here. Messi and Co. Messi and Co. Yeah. The, this is part of being live, guys. This is part of being live. It's the unexpected. You never know what's going to happen. So it's just a crazy party, as you guys can see. The fans are just having a blast celebrating the win. But yeah, just going back really quickly, we still got a chance to make the playoffs. Still very much alive. If you've seen what's happened through the Leagues Cup, you know that you just got to trust in Messi and Co. You know that they're going to make it happen.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, and thank you to everybody that joined us here. We're gonna talk to our friends from Vice City so we can share this video with all of them. And this might not be the ideal post-game analysis that you were expecting in a podcast feed, but we are sorry, we are live, and this is what happened. We go with the flow, and the flow was people were excited. I was still excited. One of the guys was saying the party's outside. It was raining really bad, and we can tell right now that they're playing the music, they're singing, they're chanting out there, and they're celebrating. We're gonna go out there also and get some more video. We have a lot. We're gonna have Gian putting together. I recorded a lot of stuff, so we're gonna put together also a vlog of how it went on, how everything happened here at the Tank Brewery, and we're gonna also say thank you to our sponsors here on Messi and Co. Let's play a couple of them as we continue with our coverage here live from the Tank Brewery. The first one that trusted us was mosaics.com. So we're going to go ahead and give them a shout out.
Are you ready to transform your space into a masterpiece? Introducing Mosaics, your destination for stones and more. Mosaics is a family-owned business serving the community for over 20 years. With the best quality porcelain, ceramic tiles, and high-end mosaics featuring unique modern designs, Mosaics has everything you need. Dedicated customer service, wholesale distributors, and a passion for excellence. Make sure you visit mosaics.com today to turn your vision into a reality.
And we continue here at the Tank Brewery. Now that everybody's going outside, we have more room, and we have our audio is probably better now that everybody's going out. Inter Miami just lifted the trophy. Messi, one more championship. Remember, he was running behind Dani Alves, right, as a player with more championships, and that was one of the questions. He's gonna go to Inter Miami, but how many championships is he actually gonna get, right? Because we all knew as soon as we were told and we knew about the news about Lionel Messi coming on to Miami, we knew the first championship was gonna be this Leagues Cup. And going back and looking back to that Cruz Azul game, that first half, the way the team was playing, I doubted they were gonna even make it out of the group stage against the Cruz Azul and Atlanta. And it's good to look back and now look at all what they've done. Right, they played a great game against Nashville. At some moment, even right before Nashville tied the game, I felt like Inter was so close to score the second goal. And then Messi also almost scored the second goal. He hit the post with another great shot. So I think it was meant to be for Miami. It was meant to be for Messi, and he continues just winning championships wherever he goes.
Yeah, I mean, I think there couldn't have been a more magical, hard-fought game. You know, I mean, if we've seen anything, it took Messi 7 games to win us a cup. 7 games to win us a cup after 4 years here as a team, right? A newly formed team. So I just think that taking that into consideration, he's here for 2.5 seasons. I expect plenty more to come. And, you know, it was a very tough game right at the end. Messi almost delivered a magical goal by himself. Messi magic, unfortunately, it didn't go through. But as I said earlier, if you guys are just tuning in, I think some of the most hard-fought games are the ones that are the most meaningful and the ones that are the most special and the most memorable games. And for me, at least, this is going to be one of the more memorable games, not only because of how tough the game was, but I think just because it seemed like all odds were against Inter Miami. Even though they have Messi, they're a new team. They've gone through so much, last in the league, and playing in a harsh environment against, I think, the toughest competition that they've seen so far in this Leagues Cup. This Nashville team was a team that didn't care that Messi was on there. They didn't care about Busquets and Alba. They learned from the teams that Miami beat. They knew we got to play them we got to play them, and as they say in Spanish, the igual igual, the same, like whoever you are, we're gonna play you the same. And now, I mean, if we win this game, I don't know what game we're gonna lose. Obviously they're gonna be off. They're gonna be off days. They're gonna be games that the team doesn't gel. But they built a strong foundation. They've gelled in 7 games. So I just think that it's very promising future for us. I think Messi's going to win a lot more cups, and I'm really excited for what's to come.
And now, just to close it out, you talked about the foundation of this team. I think we have to go back to calendar, because going back to that first game against Cruz Azul, he had so many saves in that first half, and in the second half too. And tonight, I mean, of course, everybody's gonna go and look up to Messi, and Messi's gonna be in the cover of each one of the websites, newspapers, posts. But in reality, if you go back to it, in the penalty kicks, it was Calendar the hero, right? He stopped one of them. He stopped 2, and then he scored that kick, man. That was a golazo, but that was a little risky, right? You even said "Toma tu bombazo" because it was a shot. It wasn't like Nashville's goalie tried like to be too cute about it, and then Calendar saved it. But I think it was a nice way for him to close this tournament, because he also had key saves, and also today he also had one early in the game, the first half too, when the game was 0-0, and I think it was key for him and for the team to have Calendar. If Inter Miami doesn't have this goalie, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe Messi, not even Messi and co, can get them this championship. So Calendar also had a great performance all throughout the tournament, and he's also one of the keys of Inter Miami winning this Leagues Cup.
Yeah, I think that just goes to show that, we're so focused on Messi, but we forget sometimes that this is a team game, right? And there are a lot of unsung heroes in this journey that has resulted in a Leagues Cup final. We talk about Calendar, who was pivotal in many games throughout this cup. As you said, had many pivotal key saves that kept us in the game. There are times where even we're so used to holding the lead, but there were games where either the other team would score and they were on the verge of either tying us. There were opportunities where they had the lead on us and they could have furthered the lead, and Calendar was able to keep us close. So again, just Calendar is one of the unsung heroes. Kudos to him. This game, he stopped a penalty. He scored a penalty. I mean, I'm not sure, because it's, as you've seen, it's been chaos here. I don't know if he won man of the match or what, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did. And then just kudos to, Busquets as well. He's another unsung hero. Every ball goes through him. He facilitates the offense. If he's not making the assist, he's making the pass to the man that makes the assist. So a lot of unsung heroes. Messi is the GOAT, but I think what we've seen here is not only some Messi magic, but also just an overall team effort that has led to what is our first cup.
All right, so it's last call here at the Tank Brewery, so we're going to close it out. I have this question for you, because, of course, Inter Miami won it, so we're all happy. We're all celebrating. But it was weird that it was not Jordi Alba who kicked the 5th penalty kick, right, to give them the championship. They decided to put Ulloa there. He could have scored it, and they would have won it anyway. But it was odd, right, having that. I mean, Alba was not a specialist or anything like that. I don't even remember him kicking a penalty with Barca or anybody. But, we have a surprise for you guys. But let's talk about the penalty kicks later, because we have Austin Robillard live from Nashville. Austin, how do you feel?
It's surreal. It's surreal. I'm so happy for all the supporters that are here, that have stuck with the team. The last 4 years, they've been through a lot, and they're still here. A lot of people are still here on their team. David Beckham is here, holding the trophy. I mean, man, what a moment for this club. First ever title in history. I'm sure you guys have already covered a ton on the field, and I'm not leaving until they're leaving. What a time.
What a time. What a time to be there. And we're glad you were there too, because you had been covering the team since the first time they started playing here in South Florida. Since the first time that they actually decided to bring the team here to South Florida and to call it Inter Miami. Austin Robillard has been there covering the team, so I'm glad that he's there. We told all the people that were here that we were gonna do and thank you. Look at that. That we were gonna do a special episode with you tomorrow or Monday, depending on how do you feel about traveling and how much you celebrate tonight. But we're gonna be doing a special episode with Austin also because he had a special view there, right there. Austin, did they kick the penalties right there in front of you?
No, it was on the opposite side.
On the opposite side.
Yeah.
Okay. But you still got a good view of what went on, and we're gonna have a special episode, of course, with Austin. Austin, keep celebrating, keep enjoying that moment. Get a lot of videos, so we post them on our social media on Messi and Co. And thank you for all your coverage, for everything you've done. And we're gonna have an episode with you, of course, tomorrow or Monday. We'll see what happens, and go ahead and celebrate. So there you go. That was a surprise, and that's nice that we have Austin. So before we close, that moment, right? I think we all felt like, why not Jordi Alba? I mean, you brought these experienced guys for these moments, and that was one of them.
Yeah, I also thought it was a very peculiar decision by Tata. I don't know if you guys hear me. It looks like somebody's doing a peel out or something in the outside. But yeah, I thought it was a peculiar decision by Tata to go with Ulloa over, as you said, Alejandro, a very experienced player in Alba, a player that has been. This is Vice City right here, representing Vice City there. But yeah, I thought it was strange. Again, you bring in a player like Alba, who's very experienced, who's been in plenty of finals, plenty of moments that have really asked for his type of experience, and he's somebody that's proven that he can make sure that he takes the reins of the team and is able to rein in these difficult moments. So I thought it was a bit strange. I'm not one to always question coaches. I'm not sure what went on through Tata's mind. I'm sure that that's going to be probably one of the questions that he's asked for sure. So we'll find out exactly what went through his mind when making that decision. But ultimately, when Alba did come up, he was precise. He did what he needed to do and what we expected him to do, and he put that ball in the back of the net. So I don't know, maybe it made it more exciting. Who knows? But at the end of the day, again, we came out with the win, and that's what's most important.
Yeah, and sometimes we don't know this, and sometimes players talk to coaches, and they're like, man, my legs are just dead. I'm shot. I just can't kick it. So just give it to somebody else that can it's really a little bit more fresh or whatever. And we don't know. We'll see what happens there. And also, we have another episode lined up talking about the marketing side of all of this. The numbers, the amount of views, the amount of shares, what Messi and Apple and Adidas and everybody here, MLS, are doing with this different type of marketing deal that they just did. Winning the championship, of course, is the best thing that could have happened, not only to Messi, to Inter Miami, to Apple, to MLS, but to the actual tournament, to the Leagues Cup, because this is going to be remembered as the first edition and the edition that Messi won, and everybody's always going to remember that moment. We're going to have Ashley going through all the numbers. We were talking about it. The post that they did with the Messi's goals, the numbers are just unbelievable, and they're going to continue to grow as we continue our coverage, and we're going to have a special episode on that. So thank you very much to all of you that have joined the post-game show here. Vanderlei says that Messi is the best player in the world and in history. Gustavo Marquez also happy, saying Leo Messi is the GOAT. Victor Batista says calendar got Panico to panic. He also says, aside of scoring a great goal, that ball on the post, I found Messi too slow throughout the whole match. We're going to have Austin maybe going through what went on. I think the entire Inter Miami team was tired in the second half. You could tell that Nashville was feeling a little bit more better with their legs. We're going to go over it with Austin, talking about what went on, Leo Messi. And, well, thank you to all of you that were part of this post-game show. And before we go, we also want to give another shout-out to one of our sponsors, our friends from La Quasura.
If you are ready to transform your backyard into a haven of relaxation and luxury, look no further than our amazing podcast sponsor, L'Aqua Azzurra Pool Services. With over 20 years of industry experience, L'Aqua Azzurra is a name you can trust when it comes to services, equipment repairs, and restoration for all things pools. If you are looking in the South Florida area for your pool to be serviced on a month-to-month basis, L'Acqua Azzurra boasts an impressive 5-star rating on Google reviews, and it's a testament to their dedication to customer satisfaction and top-notch service. Also, if you mention Messi & Co., you will get your first month of pool service absolutely free. So don't wait. For pool service, patio renovation, or more, call them now at 954-793-7206 and get a free quote for any project. Thanks, L'Acqua Azzurra.
And also thank you for being here in the post-game show. Michael, Javi, Campana, talking about Campana needing to start. Oh, Campana, we forgot about talking about that particular play where Campana almost scored the second goal in the last couple of minutes in stoppage time. We're going to go over everything, of course, with Austin Robillard. Thank you very much to all of you. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you haven't checked our other episodes of Messi & Co., not only in English but also in Spanish, please do so, because we're generating content in both languages for all of you that are Messi fans, that are Inter Miami fans, that are just MLS or Leagues Cup fans or fans of soccer in North America and around the world. So thank you very much, and we'll see you around with more Messi & Co. content here on the 5 Reasons Sports Network. Bye-bye. Have a good one.